Thank you so much for coming to Shop Talk today. My name's Calypso Rose and I'm director of the Inditute. And we curate workshops and talks all over London, and we've curated Shop Talk at Pulse this year. So they still have the original kitchen table in the offices, but Not on the Highstreet.com have grown up to become one of the UK's fastest growing e-commerce businesses, employing over 200 people. Those 200 people are on a mission to find the up-and-coming designers and retailers of the future, and are continually on the lookout for new ideas to balance the creative with the commercial. Sally Bendelow is their creative product director, charged with steering the team focus and ensuring that the customer is continually offered the best from creative small businesses. In this Shop Talk, Sally is exploring the future of retail, where the high-tech world has to blend with the very human needs of the customer. The world of extremes. Please welcome Sally Bendelow.
That's my team. They could have made a better effort. So, good afternoon, everybody. What a nice way to spend a Monday afternoon when the weather's been so against retail. I'm sure every retailer is discussing the weather this year versus last year. So I'm delighted to be here. My name is Sally Bendelow, and I'm Creative Director for NotOnTheHighstreet.com. And apologies if you can't quite read the slide, but I wanted to share this with you because clearly my destiny was laid out before me. This is a photograph from probably the 20s or 30s of a family shop, CA Bendelow Hardwares, that I came across recently in an album. So I was really chuffed to think that actually I wanted to do something completely different, but I was always going to be a retailer. What I'd like to tell you about Not on the High Street is that I'm very proud to work for them. I've been working for them for a year. We're an amazing curated marketplace. We are the biggest curated marketplace in the UK. We have 5,000 fantastic partners. Partners are the sellers who make the product. We have over 200,000 products. And our job is to connect them with the retail world. And that's why I really love what I do. This is our 10th birthday year, so very exciting times as well. And I wanted to show you a very short, it's only 30 seconds, summary of some of our wonderful partners. And this is a quick video just to show you some of the other things that they make.
Discover a thoughtful gift from one of the UK's small creative businesses. Not like other gifts, not like other websites, not on the highstreet.com. This Mother's Day, discover a thoughtful gift from one of the UK's small creative businesses. Not like other gifts, not like other websites, not on the highstreet.com. Discover a thoughtful gift from one of the UK's small creative businesses. Not like other gifts, not like other websites, not on the highstreet.com.
So what I would like to talk to you today about is trend, and also how it affects the high street and the retail landscape. And I was going to talk just about trend and just about the high street and just about technology and the influence, but actually they're all inextricably linked and there is no gap between them. So we all have customers, we all need to listen to trend, and we all need our customers to shop in the way they want to shop. So first of all, I thought I'd just talk about what is trend. So basically, it starts with a very high level mass consciousness, which is about what's going on in the world, in our customers' worlds. At the end of the day, they're humans, and they're all reacting to what's going on around them. So what's occurring in their life, that affects what they're feeling, what they're planning, and therefore what they're searching for. And that affects what they then want to buy and when they went to buy it. So here's an example. So this is how we look at it in Not on the High Street. So we have January. So the first image is obviously what we're all feeling, and then that affects what they're trying to plan to buy. We plot this throughout the year so we can then see how they're reacting to the different months and how they're feeling again. So April is a good example when suddenly there's a general positivity. Lent has finished and they deserve a treat. And festivals can be focused on themselves. They start to spend more time outside. So again, this is when we would plan and plot what we're going to give them at that time in the year. And we will work with our partners and our internal commercial teams to make sure we're driving the same product development together. So it's basically not about the chopping board. It's not about the cocktail, it's about the why. So as consumers, we have absolutely everything we need. There's a lot of choice out there, and therefore we have to have a purpose. There has to be more than just the product. And the purpose is the why. So when you're developing product or when you're starting up a company, think about what is the purpose. Think about currently the people who are struggling in the retail world. What is their purpose? It's not just about the product. Once you've attained the purpose and the why, then you're set to go. So now I just want to talk you through what's going on in the customer's world, what's happening to them, and what's creating the reason why they want to or they don't want to buy specific products. So at the moment, the world is completely about extremes. So here's a fantastic picture. So the success of period dramas. There is a reason that these period dramas are doing well. We're all yearning for the past because the future is coming along very quickly. So going back to the cocktail, it's not about the cocktail, it's actually about the fact that we all want to be Lady Mary. We've just come in from hunting and Carson has handed us the most amazing martini. Well, that's just my dream anyway. So actually, the bigger question and the why is, why are cocktails important? Equally, then we're yearning for the fast future, so actually a hotel on the moon is probably not that far away. The other thing to bear in mind, which is absolutely key and critical, and is also the why, is that we are human beings, so we are very sensory beings. So the smooth versus the tactile creates the trend. So if you think about it, smooth cars, phones, screens, all of those things, actually the majority of British customers actually touch their phone more than any other object during the day. So all the time we're working with smooth objects. So therefore, as humans, we have nerves at the end of our fingers. We need to have something as the antidote. So this isn't about one or the other, it's about we need both. So that drives out the trend, therefore, for the chopping board. Because the chopping board, it's not about cutting more onions or cooking more, although maybe for some people it is, but the majority, it's about having a product that feels wonderful, that has a soul, that's probably had a previous life, that is the antidote to the smoothness of the phone. There is a tsunami of creativity coming, as we know, which is fantastic, and a lot of this is because people want to actually have that antidote to the fast world. One of the other really fantastic extremes is luxury versus essential. So we are making sure that we have our luxury products, and there are more billionaires in the world, and particularly in London, than ever before. So by having this, we can have the luxury by making sure that we have very good essential products too. One of my favourite images is the extreme here, and purposely the wrong way round, or the right way round, as you might argue. So in terms of age, the extreme is that this is Henry, and he's one of our youngest partners, and he's actually selling product on our site. He wrote a book and he's developed product around the characters within the book. He's been extremely successful. He was only 11 when he joined, and he's now one of our best partners, but he also actually was a keynote speaker at Retail Week Awards recently. So true entrepreneurship for the future. And then obviously, as we all know, the wonderful Iris on the right. So actually putting most of us to shame at 95, being cooler and more funky and more stylish than most of the youth put together. So this is a wonderful example of the extremes that are going on around us. Equally, we are being surrounded by mass consumption, and actually IKEA were very brave and talked about the fact that they don't need to sell more of the stuff that they've been selling, but actually they need to think about why and why customers are buying it. So the balance and the antidote to this is the product on the right. The product on the right is a wonderful product from Not on the High Street, of course. It's a customised ring, so it's bespoke. So it's actually your specific coastline that is pertinent to you and is a memory for yourself. So it's really thoughtful, it's really subtle, it's really unique, and it's really good quality. So we have the two extremes that we need both. And this is something that's happening that's really important too. So the need for rural and also for the urban and the city. And what's happening is that actually if you live in the countryside, you might be designing a fantastic glass John Pawson house. And equally, conversely, if you're in the urban city life, you might actually be wanting an old sofa and a fireplace in a London cocktail bar or in your home. So they're swapping around and they're moving because we want both. And there's a new magazine out, which I'm sure you've seen, which is called Town and Country. So actually, we want it all, basically. This is one of my favourite slides because this is actually about the extremes of the way we want to shop. So what I've been talking about is we are surrounded by the extremes, but actually we do need both. It doesn't mean one is right and one is wrong. They are influencing product, they are influencing customers' patterns, and therefore they're influencing the way we want to shop. So we've all seen that the drone shopping will come and you can actually order something within a nanosecond and it will be delivered straight away. But conversely, you might want to then spend time. This is an old, fantastic picture of an old souk. I'm not saying that we will all be working in a souk, but this is where you would go for a coffee, you would meet with your friends, you would take your time, and you would actually spend a lot of time deciding and discovering what you want. So you will actually be shopping in both ways, because as I said before, we need to have both. These are two new ventures that happened within the last year, which are very exciting too. So the one on the left is the Mine Store, which was actually a pop-up store in Old Street Station. And the way this has been developed is to think about product development from the state of your mind, either yourself or the person that you are buying for. So they developed all the product thinking about somebody who is fun, what would they like? Somebody who is always negative, what would they like? So a very different way of thinking about the why, not the what, and a really good example. And this is creating the rise of the new high street. The photograph on the right is Tom Dixon's pop-up department store that happened around the time of Design Junction. And this was really exciting. So this was a combination of immersive retail. It was somewhere to eat and drink. It was completely interactive, but also there was stock to buy. So you could, as a customer, actually choose and decide how you were going to use that location. Or you could go back again and treat it in a completely different way. So this is a version of immersive shopping that we have done recently at Spitalfields. So the picture on the left is actually our open door experience, which we launched a couple of weeks ago. So as an online retailer, we were very brave, and we realized that we actually have to represent ourselves in a tactile way, as I've been talking about. Again, the humans need to see and feel things. And also, it's the best way to bring your product to life because they can actually see it. And for us, even more exciting, they can meet the partners. And we have some of our wonderful partners at the show here as well. And for the customers to actually be able to talk to the person and see the product being made was absolutely amazing. It was hugely successful, so watch this space. I'm sure we will do more and roll them out around the country. And I think the partners also enjoyed it too, because they were able to talk to customers and understand what they're looking for, and again, the why they would be buying. We were there for 3 days. It was interactive. There was food and drink. There were activities that didn't actually result in physical sales but promoted the brand. But there was also product to buy. Conversely, then someone who would have an amazing immersive experience like a Dalesford, so the farm shop that's been converted with the spa and the butcher shop, would actually then need to go online, and this is exactly what they're doing. So they're realizing that they need to offer both for possibly the same target customer or for different customers. So again, it's not about it's one or the other. Actually, we have to provide both in the way that suits your brand or your company. So basically, these are not terrifying, they're actually very exciting times. And a while ago, a lot of bricks and mortar retailers were petrified about the onslaught of online and vice versa. But what's so wonderful now is that actually customers want everything. So that's our job, to deliver both. So this is what we're going to aim to do with Not on the High Street, and I'm sure the other retailers are doing it themselves. And also thinking back to, why are we doing this? Because as humans, we need the antidote to the smooth, fast life and the tactility and the sensory aspect of product and the experience when we shop. So thank you very much for listening. Exciting times, not easy, and watch this space. And thank you for listening. What questions do you have? Not my team.
Any questions?
There must be some questions.
Must be a question. Here we go.
Hello. Hi, my name is Gloria, and I was wondering, do you offer any trainings or internships or anything in that kind of category?
You want to come and work with us?
Yeah, I want to learn. I would definitely
fantastic.
want to learn, because I definitely plan to have my own brand or my own kind of shop in
Fantastic.
the future.
Okay.
So, but I want to learn of how
Yeah.
it will manage the machine. How it
Okay,
all
I think
runs.
actually one of the most, the easiest ways to learn is actually to go on the site, have a look, and look at for us, it's not just about the product, it's about the story, the why, then the product, and then the service. And we have some partners that you will see on the site that are here today as well. And the most important thing is, it's not just about your product. So thinking about the presentation, it's about the purpose and the why, doing what you love and having a story. So probably the first step would be to look on the site and think, which are those brands that absolutely you understand their purpose. I hope that helps. Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, Jan.
Original idea for the pop-up shop in Spitalfields.
I can't hear you, sorry.
How long did it take from the initial ideas for the pop-up shop in Spitalfields to actually installing it? Obviously, that must have taken you a while. I just wondered how many months rather than weeks that had taken.
Yeah, I mean, I think the interesting thing is that, so the overall story is there anyway, the partners, the product is there anyway for us. You know, we didn't develop new product, we're just surfacing what we already do. And also, as you know, we have press shows and we have those sort of events. So it's an extension of the brand. And I think that's the important thing. It's an extension of what you do already. It's not, we're going to do something completely new and different and give ourselves 6 months to plan it. It felt very seamless with everything else that we do. Yes, of course, you know, as you know, the team would be up all night making it happen and building it, because the most difficult thing is installing something like that when you're not there permanently, but equally making it look more permanent than just a pop-up. So yeah, it took a few months and but we knew we had our 10th birthday coming as well, so we've been planning for this maybe for 10 years. No, sort of.
Hiya.
Hi.
In terms of content strategy, do you also focus on the sort of trends that you showed per month that is
Yeah.
presumably important to your customer at the time? Or
That's a really good question, and I'm going to answer it honestly without giving too much away, because obviously that's, you know. So we do offer, we're quite unique, so we are a curated marketplace. So we do turn away about 90% of the partners that apply, so companies that apply, because we're very clear about who our customer is and who they aren't. So we have, with online, you have all this valuable information about your most valuable customers, and therefore our partners' most valuable customers. So what we do is we therefore provide trend information, a trend service that covers lifestyle, seasonal, and specific to your department, or your industry. So if you're jewellery, we provide specific trend information. And we do that knowing who our customer is. So it's a bit like you would do in an own brand if you were an X or an M&S. So it's very unique. I mean, not all marketplaces do that, because they have a completely different model, because it might be just wide and narrow and lots of choice and as many products as possible. But ours is very, very curated. So we have a lot of information and valuable information about our customer. So therefore, we're able to target that trend specifically to the two most valuable customers. So that's how we do it. So if you join as a partner, you have that service is there for you to use. So we provide that mindset that I showed, the January, February, March, all the way through the year, so you can see what they're thinking and planning. and then the kit of parts with the trend information. So you've got those two very valuable assets. And then the partner, their role is to do their amazing creative job within their product and their own story. So it is a very unique situation. And we are, I talk about partners, they are truly partners. It's not just a sort of cheesy word. They're actually a partnership with us. Whereas elsewhere you might call them makers or sellers or suppliers. They are our partners.
Okay, thank you.
Do you limit your partners on being on other sites? So, for example, can they be on not on the high street, but be on Amazon, eBay, or other ones?
What the most important thing, because we sell newness, a lot of newness and exclusivity, so our customers come to us for something new and different. So it's really key that, like an own brand really, that we have new and exciting products. So we don't prevent them from selling on with other people, but the product, absolutely, the more exclusive it is, the more likely we will surface any marketing towards their product. So for instance, if you wanted to be on the front of the Christmas catalogue or in a TV advert, then for sure, absolutely, it has to be exclusive, because otherwise it doesn't work in terms of the model. So, but as a partner, you can sell on other companies, but the product, no, but the partner, yes. Does that, yeah.
Okay. You might be in a unique position to be able to answer that perennial question about trend research and whether it's chicken or egg. So does the trend then define the product set that's produced, or does the product set define the trend? If you follow my question.
That's a really good question, and it's sort of both, because the way we look at trend is there's lifestyle trend, which is the how are we living, how are we feeling, what's occurring in the world, which will drive out. So the chopping board was a good example, and I think what's really important, and hopefully what I'm helping people to think about today, is get above the product. So why is that chopping board important? Why are cocktails on trend? Is it just because of gin? No, there's something much more deep-seated than that might have been happening for years gradually, and actually us yearning for the past drives out the products we then want to buy. However, there can then be something completely quirky like flamingos or cactus that just comes along. So it's that lovely mix of both. So what we try to do is to get to the macro level, so what's going on in the customer's world, how are they living, therefore what do they want, but also there might be there's a hot colour. There's always a reason behind everything if you really look. But so it's a bit of both. And we have partners who create products that actually we think, wow, that's fantastic. So we will then build a story around that, and then you talk to the press about it, and actually it becomes a self-perpetuating, fulfilling prophecy as well. So, yeah.
Thank you very
That's all
much,
right. Thank you
Sally.
very much.
If
Thank
you'd
you.
like to carry on the conversation, please do tweet Sally's words of wisdom, #ShopTalk, and obviously at Not on the High Street as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.